Good morning, boys and girls. In math, we are ready to start Module 12 on this Monday, the 20th. Module 12 is about understanding addition and subtraction with larger numbers, with tens and ones, so two-digit numbers. So this is completely brand new, so we hope that you'll watch every video carefully. The first two pages are review. So if you go ahead and read through page 345 and 346, and then go ahead and do page 347, 348. Those are all review, and I think you'll find all of those pages pretty easy. The only tricky part on page 347 is that sometimes the sum or the difference comes first. So pay really careful attention to where that equals sign is so that you know the numbers on both sides of that equal sign. Remember, equals means the same as. So for example, in number 3, some number is the same as 6 plus 7. So that would be 13 equals 6 plus 7. So be really careful about those. So we are going to start today on page 349, and I'm going to use these PowerPoint slides with you again today. I felt like that worked really well last week. Your parents can let me know if they agree or not, if they like me working in the math book or working on the slides. I'm going to try the slides today. I'll probably go back and forth between the two. Here's our I can statement. I can add multiples of 10 with multiples of 10. So multiples of 10 would mean any number ending with a 0. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. So we're going to be adding 2 of those numbers together today. Those are all multiples of 10. So our first problem that you have on your Spark Your Learning page on page 349 is start with 2 tens, toss the number cube, which is a dice, and add that many tens. How can you show your work? So we're going to do that twice. And I'm going to draw a picture just like you will because you have a space in your book to draw your picture. So I want you to make sure that you're drawing your picture. So I'm going to make mine look like our green tens and ones. So I'm going to use a green pen on this page so that hopefully you can understand that this is the same as a 10 stick. So 2 tens would look like this. And I rolled a dice and I got 4. So I'm going to make 4 more tens that we're going to add together. So if I had 2 tens plus 4 more tens, how many tens is that? Well, first of all, it's 6 tens, and that's what they're asking you in the problem. 2 tens plus 4 tens is 6 tens. Now, it's not 6, but it's 6 tens, and that's what they're asking you for. They're not asking you for the total. Let's try that one more time. So on this page, if I had 2 tens and 6 more tens, up here it would be 2 tens plus 6 tens would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It would be 8 tens, which we know is actually 80. 8 tens would be 80, but on that page, 349, they're just asking you how many tens that is. So it would be 8 tens. How are the sum and the starting number of tens different? So the starting number of tens was always 2, and then we added on. So it's always a larger number because we're adding things together. So the sum is always going to be bigger than that start number. Here's our next problem, and this is on page 350. The beach shop has 30 adult sunglasses and 40 child sunglasses. How many sunglasses does the shop have? Okay, that's our first time reading our problem. We know we need to read this problem a couple of times. We need to really picture what's happening. So can you picture at a beach shop, can you picture one of those big displays that they have for sunglasses where you can try them all on? And can you picture that on one rack there are 30 adult sunglasses and on the other rack there are 40 children's sunglasses? So get that picture in your mind. We're going to figure out how many sunglasses that would be. So 30 adult sunglasses would be like this: 10, 20, 30, right? 3 tens is the same as 30. So those are my adult sunglasses right there. 40 children's sunglasses would be 4 tens: 10, 20, 30, 40. So that would be the quick drawing that you would do at the top of page 350. And you would write in that box 3 tens plus 4 tens equals, how many tens do we have all together? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tens. 3 tens plus 4 tens equals 7 tens, just like 3 plus 4 equals 7. The beach shop has 30 adult sunglasses and 40 children's sunglasses. You drew to show the problem. Let's see what you drew. Does yours look like that? 3 tens plus 4 tens? It sure did. Now, let's talk about some vocabulary for a second. We talk about this word quite a bit, but I want to make sure that you really understand it because it's really important. So an equation, sometimes you hear me call it an equation, and sometimes I call it a number sentence. They are the same thing. These are equal to each other. Equations have to be equal to each other. So actually, sometimes a number sentence could be the greater than less than. A number sentence could be 32 is less than 40. But an equation has to have an equals in it. See that word equa is like equal. So there has to be an equal in it. And it is showing me that this side is the same as this side. So 80 minus 50 is the same as 30. 9 is the same as 6 plus 3. 90 is the same as 60 plus 30. So when you see that equal sign, remember that it means the same as. All right, we're going back to our sunglass problem. So now we need to figure out which one of these equations is the same as this picture right here. So remember, we had 30 adult sunglasses, 40 children's sunglasses. So it would be this one right here, because 3 tens is the same as 30, 4 tens is the same as 40. It would be 70 sunglasses. So the shop has 70 sunglasses. Does your answer make sense? Okay, this is a great, great question. So boys and girls, what if you drew your 3 tens, you drew your 4 tens, and then you said, they have 7 sunglasses? Would that make sense? If they have 30 adult and 40 children's, would it make sense that they have a total of 7 pairs of sunglasses? Absolutely not. So those are the kind of things, remember, after every word problem that we do, we need to ask, does it make sense? And ours sure did make sense. Now I'm on page 351, building understanding. So here's our question. A store has 30 large rafts. So the large rafts look like this. And 50 small rafts. So they would be, I assume, these little circles. How many rafts does the store have? Okay. Let's keep going. We've read it the first time. We can picture a store with a whole bunch of rafts. And let's figure it out using our tens drawings. I'm going to make them green again. Make them a little bit thicker. thicker so they're easier to see. Okay, so 30 large rafts would look like this. 10, 20, 30. 50 small rafts would look like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And again, can you use your cubes to do this? Absolutely. I would love it if you're using those green cubes. That's why we gave those to you. So that's our drawing. We've got 3 tens, which is the same as 30. We've got 5 tens, which is the same as 50. Are you noticing that the 3 in the front of the 30 tells me the number of tens? The 5 at the beginning of 50 shows me the number of tens. The 0 actually means that there are 0 ones. Notice I'm not using any of the little dots. No extras this time around, just tens. So remember, the store has 30 large rafts and 50 small rafts, and our quick picture looked just like that. So now we need to figure out which equation matches our drawing. We've got 3 tens, well that's 30. We've got 5 tens, well that's 50. So it would be this one. Let's check our answer. Let's see if we come up with 80 though. Let's count these all by tens. You ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And we don't have to say stop because we have no ones to add on. So it's just simply 80. So we agree that the store would have 80 rafts altogether. Does that answer make sense? It sure does. If there were 30 and 50, it would make sense that there were a total of 80 rafts. And that is the end of our math lesson for today. I want you to go ahead and do the one page that's left that's on your own page, and I will see you tomorrow.